Should Tyson Fury retire? That's the question that's being asked right now. Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to On Me Edson. I hope you're all well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell for all future videos. So, Tyson Fury just coming off the win. Let's remember that, the win against Francis Ngannou last weekend. But it wasn't convincing. A narrow points win, a narrow split decision. Many people believe that Francis Ngannou actually won the fight. But the result is the result now. He's won the fight, and now he needs to look forward to the Usyk fight, which has now been pushed back into possibly February of next year. But the calls are also coming out to say, based on that performance, based on that perceived mindset, and the kind of reaction that he was getting from within his own camp, that maybe he should be retiring. Maybe it's time to hang up the gloves and just disappear off into the millions that he's already earned and enjoy the family life that he has. He doesn't need to carry on boxing anymore. Or are we looking at a fighter that's really just going to take the Usyk fight, become undisputed, and then call it quits? The problem is that with Tyson Fury especially, and the whole camp, 1 minute they'll say one thing, then the next minute they'll say something completely different. Just before the fight, just before the Francis Ngannou fight, he was already talking about a 10-fight deal, a 10-fight future for him. He was going to fight another 10 fights, earn all the money, earn all the millions and millions that those fights will bring, and then that'll be it, possibly. He's not ready to give up. He's not ready to retire. He's not ready to live a life of inactivity, and especially for his own mental health, you would imagine. But you could also say that for most people, inactivity is not good for anybody, really. You need to be doing something. Whether it's finding a hobby, or in his case, boxing or working in the gym on a daily basis. So is it time for him to retire? Personally, I don't think so. I think he's got a lot left to offer. He's still the WBC world champion, of course, a lineal heavyweight champion. So, of course, I don't believe that he should be retiring right now. I'm so looking forward to the Usyk fight, for the undisputed fight. But does this mean that really what he was saying before, another 10 fights he's going to do, should he do those? Possibly not. Now, that's not based upon his last fight against Francis Ngannou. More than the fact, he shouldn't really be looking 10 fights ahead either, especially at his age. He's mid-30s now. Really, you're going to be talking a minimum of 2 fights a year. That's another 5 years. That's going to take him up to 40 years old. Now, can he continue fighting to 40 years old? Of course he can. Many heavyweight boxers in history have fought until 40 years old, and a little bit beyond that as well. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility. But is he going to be competitive? Is he going to be competitive against the top level fighters in the division? I'm not so sure he will be. Now, of course, that's just an opinion, and you can only go based on the last outing that he had, and it wasn't that impressive. But for me, as I said in a previous video, it's not so much about the performance, it's kind of the way he was acting. The perception that he wasn't really engaged in the fight, he wasn't engaged in the process. Yes, it's hard to gauge his reaction afterwards, because a lot of that is going to be covering up. A lot of that is going to be kind of justifying his performance or how hard the fight was. It wasn't a great reaction either. Now, obviously, he didn't do the press conference. He did a couple of interviews for some boxing YouTube channels, but that's about it. Now, on one hand, I kind of think, well, no, you should face the music. You should face the media. On the other hand, I'm saying, no, just get out of there. Just disappear for a couple of weeks, and then just go straight back into camp, hard camp, and really prepare properly for the Usyk fight, which I know he will, and I know his whole camp will as well. I think his camp can openly admit, and I think they already have really, that there were problems within his camp and distractions and all the razzmatazz that was surrounding the Saudi event. And maybe that's one of the issues. Maybe he needed just to go back to basics, get into camp, shut out the media, do the minimum amount of media and interviews that he possibly can, come in ready for the Usyk fight and ready to prove everybody wrong, because that's kind of where he is now. He needs to prove the naysayers that, hey, look, I'm still here. I'm still WBC and lineal heavyweight champion. This is mine to keep, and nobody's going to take it off me, especially Usyk. I think it's going to be a cracking fight. If For Usyk, he's going to look at that last performance and say, yes, please, I'll have a little bit of that. Unfortunately, it can't really be made just before Christmas. I think realistically, I think we were always looking at a January, February fight anyway. What he needs to do now is come back stronger. And there's already been talk about, yeah, he's done this in the past. He's had a poor showing. Then the next fight, he comes out really strong. And I think he could be a bit of a wounded animal. If mentally he can keep it in check and mentally he can prepare properly, I think he's going to come out like a wounded animal. I think he's really going to give it to Usyk. I really do. I don't think Usyk is going to be able to match him, not only for his stature, his weight, the way he leans on, but also his tactics and his boxing IQ. I think he's really going to show everybody what he does. Now, this could be me completely spouting off, and I'm not trying to big up Tyson Fury at all, but I think that's going to be the way he's going to approach this fight. And the fight that I really want to see after that, if there's one more fight after Usyk that I desperately want Tyson Fury to have, is the AJ fight. I totally believe if you're going to have one last fight, that's the fight you should go out on. Now, that will be for something on the line. That will be for a bout on the line, or all bouts on the line. If you're going to go out on one last fight, that will be the one to do it. Now, if you thereafter want to do another fight, another exhibition fight against Francis Ngannou, yeah, that's the big money fight afterwards, like an extra fight. But the one fight that it really has to focus on right now is the Usyk fight, and thereafter I think he's got to accept the AJ fight, and then one more fight with Francis Ngannou. So that's basically three fights, Tyson Fury, and then you're out of the game. You want all the millions that you possibly can, and just go and enjoy the rest of your life. Anyway, that's my thought on the subject. Let us know your thoughts. Should Tyson Fury retire now, or should he have 2 or 3 more fights, win all the spoils, win all the money, and disappear off into the sunset? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, but I'll catch you on another video coming very soon. Don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. And I'll catch you again. Bye now.